welcome to the History Today show. I'm your host, Daria, and today we have a special interview with Elaine talking about the Ein-Klein principle.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me here.
Nice to meet you too. So, what is the Ein-Klein principle?
The Ein-Klein principle is a principle in which it describes how we have multiple factors in order for something to work correctly.
So, how does that exactly work?
So, for example, if you have a marriage, there are certain factors you would need to be completed so that the marriage won't be a complete fail.
So, what does that have to do with biology?
For example, in biology, to domesticate animals, you would have to have certain factors that would allow you to domesticate them. If you don't have one of them completed, then the whole process would fail.
So, what are these factors that you use to domesticate animals?
The factors are examples such as growth rate, captive breeding, social structure, and tendency to panic or kill.
Thank you for sharing your information with us. It's truly a pleasure to have you on
No, it was my pleasure.
Hi, thank you for having me. Pleasure is all mine. So, today we have Amanda who's joining us. She's an anthropologist, meaning she studies human societies, their cultures, and how they develop over time. So, asking for your expert opinion as an anthropologist, why would you say some people domesticated certain animals and other people domesticated other different animals?
Well, some people in the world had different factors that played into their society. So some animals were helpful to them and other animals weren't.
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, the wolves in America were really helpful as they were hunting companions and also living companions as well.
So, could you tell me, I don't know, Saudi Arabia, what animals they
Well, in Saudi Arabia, animals that they domesticated were camels, which helped not only with travel, but also as animals that will help them carry loads and help them farm. So not only did it help them with economy, but they helped them with travel and so much more.
I see. So why do you think the Ein-Klein principle?
Well, the Ein-Klein principle really talks about the amount of factors that are there in domesticating animals, which really limits the amount of animals you can domesticate and assimilate within your social life. This is important because a lot of large animals weren't able to be domesticated in different areas, yet there were in some because of the different factors that apply to them.
Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate your views and your expert opinion as an anthropologist. Part 3 of History Today's Ein-Klein special. Today we have our guest, Omar Lusori, who will tell us his perspective on the Ein-Klein principle.
Hello. Alright, so I'm grateful for having the opportunity to come here today. So, get going.
Okay, alright. So, what are you up to?
Recently I've been working on Guns on the Steel by Jared Diamond, especially Chapter 9. Yeah.
Alright, so you tell us how Diamond refutes the argument that the failure to domesticate certain animals arises from cultural differences?
For this question to be answered, we have to look at Sub-Saharan Africa. So during this time when Sub-Saharan Africa were able to get domestic animals from Eurasia, they immediately adopted it. And when they adopted it, they changed into an empire. The society changed from chiefdom to an empire. This is because of domestic animals. Alright, so talking about domestic animals, let's talk about how this all started. So, this all started with the notion of pets. Pets were able to be the first child of domestication. So, then pets actually follow a formula. This formula is called the Ein-Klein method. The Ein-Klein method singles out the only candidates that were able to be domesticated and the others that would be able to. This is because only when the certain variables combine in the constellation be perfect, without animals be able to be domesticated. Even though there's so many candidates that will be able, at the possibility to be domesticated, aren't, because this is unhappy marriages. Unhappy marriages are unable to be happy domesticated because of various reasons to their own variety of situations.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're back with segment number 4 of History Today's Ein-Klein special. Joining us today, we have our fourth guest, Kelly. She brings with her a vast knowledge of what we call the Einstein principle.
Hello.
Hi. So, tell us about your job, Kelly.
Well, I'm an ecologist, which is the study of relationship between a living thing and an environment.
So, can you tell me how the study of ecology relates to the argument that the failure to domesticate certain animals did not arise from cultural differences?
Let's take Eurasia as an example. It has the world's largest landmass, and they're also very diverse ecologically, and it has the most species, measuring up to 72 different candidates. This means that they're able to domesticate a lot more different species than other continents. But according to the Einstein principle, Eurasia only domesticates 13 species out of 72. The Americas only domesticate 1 out of 24 candidates. The amount of animals domesticated is not due to cultural differences, but it is in fact due to the differences in the environment.
Thank you so much for sharing your information with us today. It was a pleasure having you here.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Daria. Welcome to History Today's Part 5 of the Einstein Special. Today, our guest is Vanya.
Hello, I am the esteemed theologist Vanya.
So, I know theologists study religion, and I'm just curious, how does something like studying religion connect to something as science-based as the Einstein principle?
Well, every popular religion is the same in the aspect that it allows all of its followers to reach satisfaction, while most unpopular religions are unpopular because of this factor, that they lack it. Okay, for the Einstein principle, a very popular example is marriage. For the marriage to be successful, there needs to be certain elements present to make the two people happy and the marriage to be successful. But for marriages that aren't successful, there's always elements missing, like the lack of trust or the lack of money that don't allow it to be successful, much like how in religion in unpopular religions there's always some aspect missing which keeps the followers from achieving satisfaction. Both unhappy marriages and unpopular religions lack in varying aspects which don't allow the people involved to achieve their own form of satisfaction in the area which is involved. But all happy marriages and all popular religions allow their people to be happy in the same way.
That was the last segment of the Einstein Special. For those of you that tuned in, thanks so much for staying with us throughout all 5 parts. I hope we answered some questions regarding the Einstein principle. Bye! A diamond refutes the argument that the failure to domesticate. I don't think that's Oh my god!